Hello everyone, this is Crafty Aunt T with another batch of Digi Doodads goodness. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Botanical Dreams set that isn't even up on the site yet. I wanted to challenge myself to get the video up first this time instead of promising it forever. So the Botanical Dreams has two covers. This is the second one, and here's the first one that I went ahead and used. And I believe you've got 12 pages. You've got some tags. These are printed double size, but they'll be half this size so that the words are maybe more, smaller. A lot of 1-inch circles. What else? Some papers. Let's see. Some of these papers, no, these papers are in the add-on set. They're not in your regular set. This and this, there are, I think 12 or 15 of the papers. These are the frames, which I forgot to cut out. So you've got 3 or however many of those you want to copy off. What else? I went ahead and made some pockets. This is one of the pockets that's in your set. And let's see, that one I just made up. Oh, this one, it's all covered up now with goodies, but this is your other pocket, and it has a flap. It's a cute little one. This one I just cut out of some of the paper. I'll be talking to you about these extras in a little bit. What else? Here's another one of the tags. Here's, these are journal cards. You know how crazy I am about journal cards. And I glued some tabs onto the top of some. These are not in your kit. These were from the Graphics Fairy. And I don't think they were supposed to be this orange. I noticed some of my things are coming out orange too. I think it's my printer. My printer hated me yesterday when I started working on this kit. Everything was a blooming disaster. So I'm just showing it to you anyway. This is just a scrap of the collage paper that comes with your kit, and I've used a punch and decorated it a little bit. Some scraps. Here's another journaling card to be used. I thought that this flower went so perfectly with the design, so I'm hoping I can incorporate that somewhere. It's just a cutout. In fact, I don't own that shape. I think somebody gave it to me. And I had a little bit of tea-dyed lace left over from a different project. In fact, it was a clothing project, not a book. But I have some of that, and let me show you this. I'm so excited. I went to an auction, and for just like $25, I got tons and tons and tons of silk ribbon, and also this kind of ribbon. And the lady had, I think she made this. These ribbons. So, and then I already had these lace pieces. So that's all going in this book. And I want to show you, I'm just going to show you real quick what I've done here. I'm not doing a step-by-step on this, although we may do it later, because this was just such a mess. First, it wouldn't print. It would not print on my, no bark. Sorry, I'm out in the middle of the house where you're going to hear everything. The birds, the dogs, the garage. So it wouldn't print on my cardstock. I normally like to print on a heavyweight cardstock, and my printer just decided not to. Well, anyway, I ended up printing on white paper for the most part. So this is a little bit more pale than yours might be if you use the antique white paper. You can see the color that I prefer right here. But again, this is paper, it's not. Anyway, so that happened first. Then I took the pages. I had told the printer to flip it on the long edge, which is always what you do, and somehow they were upside down. One was front and one was upside down. And so I said, that's okay, it's thin anyway, so I'll glue them. So I glued them together. Then I said, oh, it would be a great idea to go ahead and stitch the pages. And as you can see, my sewing machine went wacka-wacka, and none of the stitching came out right. I'm just hoping that whoever gets this, and maybe nobody will get it, maybe I should throw it away. But whoever gets it maybe will say, it's a junk journal, I don't care about the stitching, or that makes it look more authentic or something. You see on the end, what a disaster. I tried every setting from the middle. Well, first, of course, I did it on a scrap piece of paper. It came out fine. I put it on here, it starts messing up. So I did every setting from the middle to all the way loose, and the middle to all the way tight, and nothing worked. Broken needle, switch needles. Anyway, so that's the beginning of the disaster. We're probably going to work our way into the rest. So that's your journal. And today we're just going to add some things into it. I think this envelope, I fastened one envelope into it. This was a, what do you call it? A window envelope. And I've covered over it with some of the collage paper and a piece of, this is washi tape. And then when you open that up, this is the other side of it, and so I stitched it and made another pocket on this side, so you have two sewn in pockets such as they are. And I thought we might stick this in either the front, let's put it in the back. This can go in the very back for like memorabilia. So I did go ahead and make up some clips, paper clips, thank you. And all I did, I wrapped the top with a piece of the scrap paper. I literally just take this collage paper and rip it with my hands. And then I put a couple of flowers. And on the back side, I always like to put a circle just so it's smooth. So I'm just going to clip this in here like that for now. And we'll have a nice place to put maybe tickets or. Okay, we forgot about one category of interruptions. Husband's calling on the phone. So now I'm back, and we have one item already in our book. Let's see what else we can do. I like to start with envelopes and pockets. I just love this little mess. This is freezer paper. I keep a box of 500 sheets of freezer paper around. You can paint on it, you can stamp, you can ink. I'll do you a video of what all you can do with freezer paper. It's really fun. And then this is a ripped, literally ripped with my hands, piece of the collage paper. This is some of the ribbon I showed you. On top of that, I have folded the envelope that comes in the kit. And I just stuck, the reason I stick things in it, if someone's going to get it, I want them to realize it is an envelope or a pocket. If you just have it closed down, sometimes people don't realize. This is a tea-dyed piece of lace that I had. How did I do that? I soaked mine for about 10 minutes or so, but I saw someone just brushing it with literally a paintbrush, brush the tea over it, and it's done. So maybe it's quicker that way. I'm used to soaking mine. So here is a little ticket, I think, out of my stash. And this is a piece of the paper that comes in your kit. I've just kind of cut it. I think I'm going to put this here in the very front. I like to use this Aleene's tacky glue. I challenged myself to make you a journal that didn't have all the color and all the bling that I usually love to put in there. I'm going to set something on that because I'm always using so much color and, you know, sparkles and shiny things and all of that. So this is it's as neutral as I could go. And then I've tried to stay fairly neutral with my embellishments. You know, maybe it's not as neutral as you would have done. I don't know. Here is a stamp. I designed this stamp a couple of years ago. I'm just going to have to put up on the screen later what's in your kit and what's not, because now I've forgotten. But I think I'm going to glue that stamp in there too. I love it. Let's see. I like to have a lot of pages available for writing, so this would be a good writing page. I'm trying to decide about this next pocket. Now, when I scored the edges, remember yesterday was disaster day, so when I scored them, they kind of came apart. So This one's still together. This one's pretty much apart, but the ribbon is glued onto it. I think I'm just going to tear them off and come off there. Okay, I'm going to mostly tear them off and go ahead and fold back what I need to. And this pocket just won't quite be as wide. And again, I've used the freezer paper just to put a backing behind this cutout. This was a cutout in my stash. It's an old Stampin' Up, Stampin' Up shape. And this was a bigger circle. It's not the, I think it's an inch and a half. Yeah, inch and a half. This is a ticket that's in your kit. And this is some of that nice lace I showed you that I got at the auction. Now what you can do, you can use this pocket and then you could use behind here for another pocket as well as here. So you could have 2 or you could have 3. There we go. And if you have a little runoff like I did, just try to keep some wipes around. I bought them from Amazon. We will now have wipes for the rest of probably this century and maybe another one. But wipes are great for things like this. So I think that took care of everything. All right. I may leave this one blank. Now the next one, we have the window envelope, and I would really like to have something additional in this, you know, like another page. I really would like another page in here. Let's see what we have. The journal cards they're okay, but they're a little small. It would be nice to tuck something in. Maybe like that. Now, the best way to put inserts when you've already assembled the book, the smart thing would have been to not put the book together yet, but since we did, let's just use some washi tape. And I'm going to lay this one here because I want the other one to go beneath it. Okay, the phone rang again. I guess surely you can put it on Do Not Disturb so it won't knock the camera offline. Anyway, you didn't miss anything. I've just taped in these cards with washi tape. I did stick a journaling card into this pocket, and I'm thinking about putting this tag over here too, just to make another pseudo page. This one, this is just some lace I've glued on the back. I did tea dye it at some point, not today. This is a tag that's in your kit, and this is a piece of, I think it's called washi paper, and a ribbon and some more ribbon just to make an accent on the hole. This is a cutout I had, and I see that I didn't finish putting the little doodads on. I need 3 more like this, so I'll dig those out and put them on. But I'm thinking, I mean, it could either just be glued there, or it could be like another one of these. Yeah, it's got the lace on the back, so let's glue him on there like that. If you feel like the Aleene's glue isn't going to hold, you could always use hot glue. However, I don't recommend hot glue for everything like this, because the first time your hot glue gets cold, like, you know, the weather's real cold and you've stored this in the garage, it's going to pop off. People are not going to be happy with that. So stay away from the hot glue for the most part. Now, the reason I mentioned it is because there is the lace. With fabric, hot glue is helpful. All right, wipe that off. Big mess. I told you we'll keep going with this disaster. There we go. I wanted to show you, I kind of had to laugh. This is one of the tags, and I went forward with my bling and forgot for a minute there that I had promised not to get blingy. So there's that one. Is there one more pocket? I think there is. No. Okay. This is not a pocket, but it could have been a page. This would be a real good one to maybe to put back here with this. I wish I'd seen it when I was stitching. I could have just stitched it on there. This is, as you can see, it's part of a shape. I think it's part of a greeting card actually, and it didn't come out of my Cricut machine very well. So I've got that and a couple of types of ribbon and this string tied over it, a torn inch and a half circle. Here's another circle. Here's a square with kind of a little frame. It's cute, and then the paper I just put on. So, and I stitched that. You can see on the back, I stitched the majority of it. I think I put hot glue just behind this knot to keep it on. So let's go ahead and look at some of those things while these are drying. Still thinking I like this flower a lot. It may go here on the cover. I'm sorry, this camera is at a funny angle, so I'm having a hard time getting everything in there. Then I just start piling things up. This is a, what do you call those? Like a laminate sample. And I've glued a couple of the, this is a stamp. And I think this was a part of a ticket or a soap label. And this was just literally a torn up piece of paper. I fastened all those together, glued some lace across it. I tied this key onto it, and there were 2 beads laying on my desk, so I used the 2 beads that were there. I tied it with this see-through braided bead cord. It's pretty thick. It says fine, I know, but it's okay, I want to show you one more thing from your kit, and this is the washi tape. I've given you an entire page of washi tape, so what you want to do is print it on a whole sheet of sticker paper, and then you can just cut it out. Alternatively, you could go ahead and print one of your collage sheets onto the sticker paper. And if you have a tool that will fray the edges, that would be something really good to use here. And then just take it out and, peel the back and stick it on. This sticker paper is really a good thing to use for the washi tape. It makes it better than your usual washi that you buy because it sticks better. It's a stronger adhesive. So let's do just one more of those. And I want to put it here on this edge because I kind of want to be sure this doesn't float around. And let me show you what I've done while the camera was off. I'll start at the back. I glued a tag onto the top of this envelope, and then I've put a few items inside it. Some of the journal cards, one with a tab and one without a tab. This was a tag that we talked about yesterday, and this is a little airmail envelope. It's really cute, and it would be cute to put a tiny card inside that so that you have an envelope with a card inside an envelope, I guess. So there's that. Next page I'm leaving for writing. These pages need something. I thought maybe one of these. This is just a little scallop shape that I had cut out, and this one has some stickers and things on it. I think that's probably the better one. I like this because it says it's the little things, and I kind of want that to show. blank for whatever. I think I've added this clip and a couple of things up in this one. Here is, I've glued down the hard tag that I told you about, and I went ahead and put some lace over it just to kind of give it a good shape. This is falling off. This was it's just clipped on, and you can glue those on. I like to clip some things so they can be moved around if someone wants to. Here's the middle. This one we did yesterday along with these. Here are some of the ones with the words. Yours will be, unless you size it up like I did, yours will be half this size, believe and strong. And on the front, I've added one of my little doodads with the flowers and the lace. Instead of the white, I never did find a place for my white flower that I wanted to put on. It could go here. I may just save it back till the next time. So that's the junk journal version with this kit. The next one I make is going to be a more traditional journal, and what I mean by that is, the one with the layered pages and the pockets and everything, not a junk journal. So thank you for watching. I hope you got a few ideas for your own, and I'll talk to you next time.